Hello, hello. So, what is my purpose? The question that we often ask ourselves. This is probably the most common question that I'm asked in my work as a spiritual counselor. People come to me feeling like they want change. They're looking for something. And the work here is to bring them into alignment. Body, mind, and soul. So the most common question, what is my purpose? Well, actually, it's the second most common question. The first one is that your real name? And I'll get to that in a later segment, so stick with me. But today I want to play with you, and I want to help us to integrate and to digest the inspirational stories that we've just heard from these beautiful women. The storyteller, the heritage, the asking myself, what is my purpose? How do I re-engineer my own life so that I can really shine? So we'll first start with mind. Mind, our mind, even me this morning getting prepared for today. Okay, khalas. I want to take a breath and breathe. I want to bring that crazy talk and move it into a quieter place. Meditation. Meditation has been shown far and wide. Research has now proven what the sages and mystics have always known, that meditation will assist us in getting quiet in the mind with practice. So you can sit for 20 minutes a day, which is totally amazing if you can do it. I encourage you to try. But there's different forms of meditation. What about meditating when I'm preparing a meal for my family? Or what about meditating on a walk without my instruments and my devices to get me distracted? What can I do to get into this spaciousness so that I may listen? So the key is meditation quiets us, and then we must listen. So I want to do a meditation exercise before we jet out for the break. And Iman will take us on that. But let's go ahead and stand up, please. And we're just going to show, oh, nice, I can see everybody. Hello, friends. So let's stretch and just start to shake our bodies off a little bit. Make some noise, don't be afraid. So this is like mimicking our mind, right? This mind that's like here and there, and what am I saying, and da-da-da-da-da. So shake it out. This is a form of meditation. So we're going to shake until we say stop, until I say stop, and then we'll listen. So the question we're asking is, what is my purpose? So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, and stop. Close your eyes, take a breath, and exhale. And again, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Right? This doesn't just stop on its own. And stop. Inhale. And exhale. Just notice. Notice what's coming up. It may be something sparkly and shiny from inspiration from today, and it may be a very quiet whisper. But we are all seated with the intelligence of the universe, the intelligence that helped us to grow from 1 cell to 2 to 4 to 8 to creating organs and arms and limbs and hair and nails and skin. We all have this intelligence inside of us. So why would this intelligence not be there for us to continue to flow fluidly in our lives? We must listen. We must listen beyond the distractions of what our society norms tell us we need to be. We must listen deeply into our being. Meditation, the mind, quiet it down so that you can open up to listen. Okay, let's have a seat. Thank you for playing with me. We'll see you next break. Iman? Wow, wow. Wow, sister. Wow. All of these beautiful speakers help to inform us, right? We're connecting back to our purpose. So I was sitting and this song from the 80s kept coming up. Let's get physical, physical. Anyone remember this song? Well, so let's talk about the body. And what does this body have to do with our purpose? It has everything to do with our purpose. As we're listening from Shireen, the body is what houses the soul. And we hear from Katya how there's this spark that moves our hands, that molds the clay. And we hear from the wisdom of our elders and how we continue to move forward in the challenges of life. And then we get this sweetness of innocence. And we remember our creativity. The body matters. It matters what we feed ourselves. It matters how we respond, how we see ourselves in the mirror. It matters that we sit there. I mean, just take a look. This is magnificent. Let's look at our hands together. This is a miracle. One thing that I always impart with with the people that come into my world, with my clients, is I often ask the question, what is one thing that you love about yourself? So in this moment, what is one thing just internally that you love about your body? Because this is not a question that we often ask ourselves or answer. We're like, well, we do this, and we have to, khalas. Again, we just want to find out what it is that we love. This form is a gift. This human incarnation is a gift. Our soul comes in to fulfill his or her purpose through this form. Let's stand together. Okay, so stand with your feet hips width apart and start to bend your knees. I have been a practicing yogi for 24 years. 1994, my first yoga class, I never knew what I was getting into, and now it's been a lifelong discipline, practice, devotion, to connect me to my body so that I can listen to the whispers of my soul. I may have really nice arms or really good abs, but the important piece about yoga or any of these technologies, let's bend our knees, is that we connect to our soul. My signature move, hands on hips, hip circles. I'm a fan of hip circles for reasons beyond the funny, the joke, the ha-ha. It is cute, right? It's funny. I meet strangers and I get them to circle their hips. I have long-time clients and ask them to get into their hips. Notice how it feels to circle. Notice how it feels to maybe change direction or just do a little belly dancing, you know? This is where our creative source lives. We're not done with hip circles, everybody. Spin it around. Spin it around. Notice what it feels like. If you feel achy or you feel like embarrassed, I don't mind. We're in this together. So this creative center, this womb space that we all have, men and women, is what helps to ignite this creativity. This helps us to channel this through our bodies and into form. Body matters. What you eat matters. What you drink matters. Warm water with lemon in the morning. Hey! And then hip circles, okay? So let's get your friends to all circle their hips. Have some fun, laugh, but know that you're actually activating and opening up that creative spark, that creativity. It's really important that we move our bodies and that we love ourselves. Stay tuned for Spirit. Okay, so Spirit, soul. Am I on this thing? Cool. There it is. It's working. It's working. Whoop, whoop. So mind, we've explored body and spirit. And for me, spirit is really deep inside. It's deeply embedded inside. And so I will paraphrase a really beautiful poem by Kabir, where Kabir is with his student. And the student says, "Oh, Kabir, tell me, where do I find God?" And Kabir says, "You will not find God in the stupas or in the mosques. You will not find God in the shrines or the cathedrals. You will not find God in wrapping your leg around your head nor eating only vegetables. And the student says, oh, Kabir, please tell me, where is it that I find God? You find God inside the breath, inside the breath. So you find God inside the breath. So imagine that. We've all been given this thing called breath. Every one of us gets the same. This is an abundant gift from Spirit. So how do we know when our Spirit is moving us towards our purpose? It's simple. The Spirit moves at a very high frequency. Spirit moves with joy, with fun, with laughter, with love, with compassion. Other things that we're exposed to that are a little bit more dense are not of Spirit. They're of Spirit, but not connected to the purpose. So let's do an experiment as we sit here together. Sit up nice and tall, please. This is my yogi coming out. How many of us know how to breathe? How many of us have ever been properly taught to breathe? You know, okay, I see a couple of hands. A lot of us are breathing very shallowly from here, from the chest up. A lot of us are going outside to have a smoke break just because we want to calm our nervous system down and have more breath. It's not the smoke that's helping us or the nicotine, it's actually the breath. So let's put our hands on our belly and extend the belly with the breath. Inhale, and the belly pushes out. Inhaling, big breath. Push the belly out, and then pull it back in on the exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Now, how is this going to connect me to my purpose, you might ask? Well, this breath, in the yogic tradition, we call this prana. Prana means life force. Pranayama is a practice of moving life force or spirit in and out of the body. So when I move this life force in and out of my body, my nervous system can relax. And when my nervous system relaxes, then I can hear those whispers in the silence. So we're seeing how it's all starting to build together. The spirit relaxes the nervous system, which in fact affects the body, which will help calm the mind. We come into this alignment, which is what we've been talking about, in finding our true purpose. Then we can really act on the things that are fun, that are joyful. Now, I want to clarify something, because sometimes we think that purpose means career or a big thing where we're on a stage and in front of millions and zillions of people. And your purpose may be something completely different. In my graduate school, I asked my professor what was his purpose. Now, he founded this school in 1976, so 42 years ago, teaching thousands of people the tools of spiritual psychology. And I'm thinking this is going to be profound, Dr. Holnick, what's your purpose? He says to me, if I can make one person laugh a day, I'll know I've been on purpose. It can be simple. It can be easy. It can be delicate, and it is most certainly fun. So part of the work and what I love to share with others is how to activate the inner child that we've been hearing about today, and the artist, and how we overcome obstacles, but how we remain in a fun and playful place in our lives. Life is serious enough with all the drama and the telenovela, the soap opera that's going on. And it's really about activating ourselves to be in a place of joy. Now, I didn't forget, because I know I mentioned it at the beginning. The biggest question, what's my purpose? The bigger question, is that your real name? Honeybee actually connects with my purpose. My name by birth is Melissa. And Melissa translates in Greek to honeybee. And when I think about the honeybee, it's a very deep and profound experience. They all work for the queen. And I also work for the divine queen who births us all. She is my boss. And so when I think about this, she gave me this gift of pollinating joy everywhere I go. So I invite you to think about your name, and maybe your name is connected with your purpose. In Arabic, wow, these names are so profound. Light and honor. You know, I mean, this is your life. This is what you whispered to your mother to tell her, hey, this is going to be my name, so that I can remember, so that when people say my name, that I remember who I am. So just take a moment and think inside, like, wow, maybe my purpose is that I get to be me, that I get to be the happiest, most joyful version of myself. Perhaps my purpose is I get to help people, or find something amazing and share it with the world, whether it's through art or medicine or whatever it is. Find a cure for something. As long as it brings you joy, you know you're on purpose. So mind, we clear the clutter, listen in the silence. Body, make sure our vehicle is healthy and strong so that we can move fluidly like Shireen really gracefully showed us. And spirit, connect to your breath. Connect to the depths of your soul. Remember that we all have been seated in intelligence that is cosmic, and we need you to shine. You all have something that's unique to you that we need to have. Thank you for your time.